Salesforce has had a long-standing mission to bring all of your customer data into one place. It does this through one of the fastest-growing products in the Salesforce ecosystem, Data 360, formerly known as Data Cloud. With over 300 native connectors, Data 360 can ingest, unify, and enrich data from almost anywhere, extending well beyond the CRM itself. But how do you get data out of Data 360? This is entirely possible, but you need a bit of creativity to make it work. In this video, I'm going to break down 6 ways you can extract data from Salesforce Data 360, from simple no-code options all the way to full developer integrations. For a full breakdown of this topic, head to the related article in the description below. Let's get into it. A relatively simple way to export data from Data 360 is something called data activations. It enables businesses to activate their data by sending it to downstream systems like Marketing Cloud Engagement, Sales Cloud, or analytics applications to deliver personalized customer experiences or actionable insights. The payload of a data activation is a segment, along with its associated attributes. A segment can have 3 types of attributes: direct attributes, like email or phone number; related attributes, like purchase history or engagement data; and calculated insights, things like customer lifetime value or predictive scores. Attributes provide added context for content personalization, triggering, and subsegmentation on the target platform. Data activation is the extraction option of choice when working with external ad audiences or customer segments for sales or support initiatives. Although building the segment itself does have some pitfalls, the biggest of which is latency. By default, segments refresh every 12 to 24 hours. You can build up to 20 rapid segments that refresh every 1 to 4 hours, but that's still far from real time. But for most external segment activation use cases, this should be acceptable. You don't need your advertising audiences updating every few seconds. Next up, we have data actions, which are closely related but work differently. Instead of sending segments, data actions push events to the target platform based on changes in data model objects or calculated insights. Those events can trigger things like automated processes, marketing workflows, and real-time insights on a data lake. Now, the thing that confused us at first was that you could use both data activations and data actions with Marketing 360 engagement. The main difference is that data activation is run on a schedule, whereas data actions are near real time. The downside of a data action is that the payload is simpler and event-based, limiting your options for dynamic content and personalization. Data actions work well in the following scenarios. 1. A customer abandons their cart, triggering an email prompt to be sent. 2. Triggering a journey based on a customer's change in behavior or a specific action. 3. When a customer qualifies for a segment and an immediate trigger is required. Or 4. When a highly specific workflow involves an external system. Now let's talk about something Salesforce admins will love. Data 360 DMOs can trigger flows. Flow allows you to trigger processes in your CRM without having to make changes in your Salesforce data model. Flow is likely your best solution when you want to, say, trigger a series of actions in Sales Cloud when a calculated insight hits a certain threshold. This option is your best bet for a scalable, real-time solution, unlocking some powerful automation. But one aspect of Flow that is particularly useful for extracting data from Data 360 is the HTTP callout action. Flows can send HTTP requests to external systems. That means non-developers can set up real-time integrations based on DMOs and calculated insights without code. This opens up pathways of powering automations on external systems with rich, unified data. Think updating points on an external loyalty platform or adding calculated insights to an external customer database. Now we get to one of the more interesting parts of the Data 360 architecture: zero-copy data sharing. You've probably heard terms like zero ETL, bring your own lake, or BYOL, zero-copy architecture. They all essentially mean the same idea. Instead of copying data between systems, Data 360 can reference data where it already lives. Without its zero-copy architecture, Data 360 would have just been a run-of-the-mill CDP with a Salesforce logo on it. I'm glad they went with the approach they did. Salesforce has partnered with key players in the data lake space: Amazon, Databricks, Google, and Snowflake. Using a feature called Data Share, Data 360 can read and write data on an external data lake without needing to move that data. So whenever zero copy is available, it's often the best architectural choice, leveraging most of Data 360's features without incurring costs or issues associated with data replication. The biggest limitation with zero copy is that, as of March 2026, it isn't compatible with semantic search. This severely limits the usefulness in most agentic and generative AI use cases. Next is Mulesoft. Of course, Mulesoft is a Salesforce-owned integration platform. It's designed to connect applications, data, and devices seamlessly. When paired with Data 360, Mulesoft can act as the integration layer that connects Data 360 to external systems. It enables real-time data synchronization, workflow orchestration across systems, and API-driven integrations. Because Mulesoft has native connectors to Data 360, it ensures faster time to value and better reliability. In case you don't use an integration platform at the moment, Mulesoft is a strong contender, especially for enterprise-level businesses. On the other hand, adding to or replacing your existing integration platforms with Mulesoft is a tougher discussion. Finally, we have the developer option: APIs and webhooks. Salesforce usually promotes the clicks before code philosophy, so direct API integrations should be your last resort. But they're incredibly powerful when you need custom integrations. Data 360 provides several useful APIs enabling retrieval and querying of unified customer profiles and other DMOs stored in Data 360. When several data sets need to be retrieved and combined, API integrations can become very complex. That's where Data 360's Graphs feature comes in. It enables you to connect data from several related DMOs into a single view that is automatically kept up to date. Understanding which API to use is key, so take a moment to look at the table on the screen for short descriptions and use cases for each Data 360 API. The biggest takeaway here is that Data 360 offers multiple ways to extract data. You can use any of the 6 options laid out in this video. Often, several of these could technically solve the same problem, so the real skill is in choosing the simplest approach that meets your requirements. Start with the no-code options whenever possible, and then move towards APIs or complex integrations when you truly need them. The goal is to choose the option that moves data efficiently while keeping your system maintainable. Thank you for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.